Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to my Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. My name is Stenedux, Stenedux, and I'm going to be showcasing this game for you guys. A little bit of a disclaimer for those of you who are new, to those of you who have been watching my last Randomizer Nuzlocke of Pokemon Emerald. We are doing things a little bit differently now. At first, I was actually streaming these games on Twitch and then uploading those said videos to YouTube. As of right now, we are actually going to be uploading these videos straight to YouTube. Twitch is going to be reserved for playing other games like Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart, and other games. To try to make it more of a communicative kind of environment, as opposed to trying to put up more RPG story-based content on to YouTube. So as of right now, these videos are going to be uploaded to YouTube. And if you guys are watching on YouTube, feel free to give me a follow on Twitch, Stenedux, Stenedux, same as YouTube. And without further ado, we are going to get started here. Of course, this is a Randomizer Nuzlocke, so please do remember that everything's going to be randomized, and we're going to be following the permadeath rule. Let's see what we're going with. It's asking me to set the time, but do note that I will be, from time to time, fast forwarding through certain parts of the game, just to try to speed up the gameplay. That way we can kind of save some time. These are going to be short episodes as opposed to my Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke, where everything was about an hour and a half. So as I said, things are going to be a little different. We're going to be pushing it more towards half an hour. But in any case, it's still going to be a lot of the same content. Still me being myself, being my funny self, doing what I can, hoping to give you guys some content that you do enjoy. So we are in Pokemon Crystal, like I said. We're about to get our Poke Gear from our mother, who was going to talk our ear off for quite a bit until we finally get to go off and get our first Pokemon. As I said, this is a randomizer, so everything is going to be random. That means we do not know what to expect from our encounter with Professor Elm. He will give us a random Pokemon. So I am kind of skipping through the dialogue. I am not reading it because I don't feel as if it is important, because I'm kind of just giving you guys a brief summary of the story. So in any case, Professor Elm would like us to grab a Pokemon from him, one of his 3 Pokemon. He's going to get a phone call of sorts from Mr. Pokemon, who's going to give him a Pokemon who wants us to retrieve a Pokemon egg for him, which in the main games is a Togepi. But in any case, of course, it's going to be random, but he wants us to go and grab that egg for him and bring it back to him. So he sends us off on a quest, and he's going to give us one of those Pokemon. So, I get to pick one of these Pokemon. Like I said, it's randomized, so we're going to check out what each of these is. So first is a Poliwrath. That's actually a pretty solid Pokemon. Alright, so let's check the second one. Lantern, another solid Pokemon. Definitely one of my favorite Pokemon from Gen 2. Let's check this third one. A Jolteon. Also really good. So we basically have to choose between two water types and 2 electric types here. So I feel like Lantern is the bridge between the two. However, I don't know. I'm kind of leaning towards one of these 2, either Lantern or Jolteon. But you know what? I think I'm going to go with a Lantern because I'm actually really feeling that Lantern. Cool. So I received a Lantern, and I'm going to give a nickname to said Lantern. It is a boy with a Magikarp icon. I'm going to think of something good here. Something makes me want to name this Phil, and I'm not sure as of why. But if I can't think of anything good to kind of make it like a punny Pokemon name, I'm just going to go with something like very generic and just kind of classic. And I feel like for Phil on a Pokemon is just an interesting name, to say the least. So we're going to receive Elm's number, and then we're going to progress on our adventure. Alright, so now we basically have to get through until we can catch another Pokemon. We just have to make sure that we don't lose our Lantern, and we can, of course, go through, level him up a bit, and see where it goes. So this guy, this is our rival. If we try to approach him, he's going to push us around. In any case, what you're going to end up finding out is he actually steals one of the starter Pokemon, opposite of what you would in the main games. Of course, we don't know. He'll be taking the Jolteon, I believe. But, oh, a Golduck. Let's see what moves we have. We have a Bubble, Thunder Wave, and Supersonic. So I'm going to run away from that because, unfortunately, it would take a while for us to kind of dwindle down that Golduck with Bubble. I was hoping to have an Electric-type move, but Bubble is actually still a solid move to start with. But let's see what we are up against now. Well, Butterfree this time around. Butterfree is level 2, so I should probably actually be able to take it out. So I'm going to skip through this just a little bit. This is what I meant by saving a little bit of time through Pokemon battles. I've noticed that a lot of people kind of get bored of the Pokemon battles from time to time. They're a little more interested in like what Pokemon they catch and other content like that, as opposed to the Pokemon battles. So I decided we're going to fast forward through those because of that. So, alright, so we have reached Cherry Grove City. Now I'm just going to heal up real quick just in case, even though we only took a little bit of damage. We're going to see what we encounter in this next round. Now I do want to level up Lantern just a little bit, just in case. We do know for sure, though, actually, that we're going to be facing a Jolteon, which could actually be super effective against us if it does have an Electric-type move. So what I am going to do is I'm going to actually try to grind up as much as I can. Speaking of which, the pre-evolution 2 Lantern Chinchou is actually in our encounter right now, which is actually pretty funny. But we're going to try to level up. Oh, here's an item here. Let's see what this is. A Dragon Scale. What an interesting item to grab first. You'll also know, if you have watched my Pokemon Emerald Randomizer Nuzlocke, that we do not have a banner this time around, and it is a little more simplified. It is simply just our gameplay and my logo on the bottom right. I decided to do this because I felt that the banner was a little bit distracting and kind of unnecessary for what I wanted to do gameplay-wise, so I decided to simplify it. I based that off of another PokeTuber I actually watched. His name is Munching Orange, if you haven't heard of him. He's a great PokeTuber, and he keeps his simplified, and he actually makes really good content. So I decided to model my channel more after his, because he gives me a lot of inspiration. So if you haven't heard of Munching Orange, please give him a quick look. He's actually really good, posts really good content. I've been watching him for years, and he's also part of the inspiration to why I decided to start making these Pokemon videos. He got an Umbreon. So like I said, I'm trying to grind up Phil just a little bit because I know we're going to be facing a Jolteon in the near future, so I'm going to try to level him up just a little bit. We're going to fast forward through it just a little. But in any case, we should be able to get it to a decent level. Hoping to get it to at least level 7. So this should do it. We're going to be facing a Scizor here. It shouldn't do too much damage to us. Okay, that looks good to me, level 7. But then we can get to Mr. Pokemon. He'll give us the egg, and then on our way back to Professor Elm's laboratory, we will be facing our rival, who should have the Lantern. I could be wrong. He could also have the Poliwrath. But I'm actually not quite sure, and I'm not too familiar with that. So, in any case, we're going to progress forward. Alright, another encounter. A Sneasel. Those who have watched my Pokemon Emerald Randomizer will know that we had a Sneasel, and his name was Frostbite, who was a very important member on our team until he unfortunately had fainted. Alright, so we're going to progress forward here. As I said, we're going to try to skip through these Pokemon battles. Trainer battles too, of course, but this is a wild Pokemon battle. But I'm trying to skip through those just so we can kind of accelerate this process a little bit more. Oof. Okay, I figured we run away from that. We did not need to face that Clefable. One of the rules to the Randomizer Nuzlocke is you can only catch the first Pokemon on a route. That is not considered when you don't have Pokeballs yet, because we have not gotten them yet. So once we do get those Pokeballs, we will be able to start catching each Pokemon on each route. As far as Pokemon we just encountered, they are not included because we did not have Pokeballs yet. Alright, so Professor Oak is checking us out here. He sees that we're a Pokemon trainer, and he's going to give us a Pokédex. which records obviously the data for Pokemon. So. Alright, so we got our Pokedex. Mr. Pokemon gave us the egg. Now we get to return to Professor Elm. Mr. Pokemon is going to heal us up. And then we're going to progress forward. That's right, Professor Elm is going to give us a call. He just got robbed from our rival, who, as of right now, is nameless, and we're going to name him. We did get that berry that was above us. Another Sneasel. Alright, got to level 8 with Phil. We keep encountering Sneasels, and I am not opposed to that, but it is easy experience. As far as my layout is concerned for the for this playthrough, I'm actually really excited to have it a little more simplified. I wanted to try to add some more flair with the last spinner, but after some feedback and really researching what other people do, I decided that it just wasn't as worth to do that. So here's our rival. He is nameless, but we are going to think of a good name for him. Question mark, question mark, question mark, wants to battle. Okay, so he does pick the Jolteon. As I said, I am not sure if he has electric type moves as of right now. Just to be safe, I'm going to confuse him. Oh, he actually was not affected. We're going to try that again then. Now I'm going to use Bubble. Okay, I don't believe he has an electric type move. Okay, so we were able to take out the Jolteon. We progressed to level 9, and now we can continue towards Professor Elm. I forgot, we can actually talk to this old man here. And he's going to take us around. I believe he gives us, I'm not sure what it is. It is an app on our Pokegear that gives us something. It's a map card. Okay, that's what I wanted to say, but I thought we got our map card in Goldenrod, but I believe that is another function for our Pokegear that we will get in Goldenrod. Alright, so as I said, we're progressing towards Professor Elm's laboratory. And at Professor Elm's laboratory, we will be able to grab our first Pokeballs. And then we will start catching our Pokemon. A Totodile, interesting. Alright. Okay, so the police officer is here to get some information based on our thief of a rival. So we're going to think, what's a good name for a rival? You do a little shout out to my buddy Jake, not that he is a jerk or anything, but one of my best friends from college, and I'm sure he'd appreciate the shout out here. So thank you, Jake, for being a great friend, and of course a great subscriber to my channel. So Professor Elm is excited that we got the Pokedex from Professor Oak, and he's suggesting that we take down the Pokemon Gym Challenge. Now we're going to go see our mother. Oh, I'm sorry. This aide will give us the Pokeballs. We receive 5 of them to catch Pokemon on our journey. Now we will travel to our house right next door, and we will tell our mother that we are going to embark on a quest. And she's actually going to save money for us, that we can come to her and she can buy stuff for us, which is pretty useful. It's a good way to be able to manage and save your money, which is cool. Oh, I'm sorry. Normally we're not supposed to use held items, and I didn't realize we had a berry on Phil this entire time, so forgive me for that, but we did not trigger it, so I wouldn't quite call it cheating. My sincerest apologies. I will pass. I actually know how to catch Pokemon. In fact, I will teach everyone else how to catch Pokemon if need be. So we are going to get our first encounter here, our first catch. A Noctowl. One of my favorite Pokemon, Noctowl. We actually had a Noctowl in our Pokemon Emerald Let's Play. I'm sorry, Randomizer Nuzlocke. So this is very cool to be able to encounter one of these again. So let's see if we catch this. Yes, we did. Let's name this Noctowl. In the last game, we had nicknamed our Hoot Hoot Hootie, who evolved into a Noctowl. I would pay homage to that Hoot Hoot, but I'm actually going to give it a different nickname, if I can actually think of one. Trying to think of a good nickname. I'm actually going to go with a reference to an old commercial for the Tootsie Pop, and this is going to be Mr. Owl. Mr. Owl, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? Alright, so Mr. Owl and Phil. Has a pretty decent moveset, but he is severely underleveled, so what I will do in between episodes, of course, is I will level up those Pokemon. Best I can, at least. We do get another encounter up here, but I'm going to save that for when we are on our way downwards from that route. That's towards the end of the game, but I'd rather save it till then. Makes it so we can get something that's a little better, because as of right now, we're actually doing pretty decent with what we have, so... Alright. So we're going to heal up real quick. Okay. Alright, now we're going to get our second encounter. I'm really hoping for an Umbreon here. That was one of the encounters I was really excited for. Oh, actually, before we do that, it's probably a safer bet to grab more Pokeballs, just in case they would come in handy. Whoops. Let's go with 10. And then let's go with 2 Pokeballs. I'm sorry, potions. Alright, now let's try that again. Let's get an encounter, and because we have more Pokeballs, we should have a better chance at catching the Pokemon. Now, Lantern thankfully has Thunder Wave, which will paralyze the Pokemon, making it easier to capture. Alright, so we happen to run into a Clefable, which I am not completely displeased with. Okay. Clefable is a solid Pokemon. Not sure how low its catch rate is, though, so that might make this a little challenging. But in any case, we are going to attempt to catch it. I believe it's actually going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt to catch. It does not help that we are asleep. Okay, let's try that again. Yes, I believe that Clefable has a very low catch rate. I believe it's only shaking once, and that might actually end up being a bit of a challenge for us. So we're going to switch into Mr. Owl, because we got Leech Seed planted on us. Now let's switch back to Phil. Okay, now let's try another Pokeball. Yes, I believe this is actually going to be a little difficult to catch. Now, it doesn't seem like it's getting past one shake, so we're actually going to try to... excuse me. Let me throw one more Pokeball. If it does not catch... let's try one more. If this does not catch, we will instead run away from the Clefable. Yes, that's what I thought. So I'm going to run away. I'd rather not waste all those Pokeballs. Quite unfortunate that Clefable has such a low catch rate, but in any case, we should be okay. I'm going to switch into Mr. Owl to give him some more XP. We'll switch into Phil to switch him and get some of that XP as well. Okay. Forgive me as I speed through this. It is a lot easier to do it that way, because the Pokemon games are pretty slow, especially when there is no running ability. It makes it so it speeds up the process so much more. We got youngster Joe, who's got a Gloom. We might be able to. I'm sorry. We might be able to take it with Mr. Owl, seeing as he's got access to Peck. Well, actually, that boosted him up 3 levels, which is actually pretty cool. So we just got Joey's number, and now we're gonna face another trainer. Another Gloom. What are the chances of that? We got another Miltank now, which we might be able to take out here ourselves. Alright, and we did. And he boosted up quite a few levels as well. So, is Mr. Owl a boy or a girl? Oh, I could have sworn it was a male. So we named it Mr. Owl, but it's actually a female. But you know what? Mr. Owl, even though it is a girl, prefers to be a man. For a second, I got lost because I'm like, wait a minute, is this a new route? And it is not. Right? No, it is not. Okay, I get the idea here. Let's just kill him already, Phil. So we are against the Poliwag now. Okay. Let's switch into Phil. Should be able to take this out a little bit faster. Yeah, that's what I thought. Seeing as Phil has the water type move and Kabuto is part rock. Route 31, now here we have a new encounter. So, we're going to get our first encounter of the route, and that is a Doduo. Let us use a potion, just in case we happen to get a critical hit on us, which we do not want. Alright, and that is an easy catch. Like I said, Clefable had a very low catch rate, so I'm glad we didn't end up wasting all those Pokeballs. So now we're against Doduo. Is a female Doduo. Trying to think of a good name here. A good name for Doduo. Can't think of a good name to go with that, so I'm actually going to name it something as simple as Helen. Don't ask why, but I'm trying to think of the best female name I can think of that might for some reason be the name of a Doduo. Doesn't exactly add up, but we're going to do it anyway. So here's Dark Cave. We actually get another encounter here. So we're going to speed this process up, and we're going to run into something here. A Meowth. It's actually a solid entry for a team. Alright. I'm going to name this Jessie in reference to Team Rocket. Because of Meowth. If you don't get that reference, then you are uncultured, because that is clearly a reference to Team Rocket from the anime. We have 3 normal-type Pokemon, though, which is kind of disappointing, but it'll end up being okay. I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so let's see here. I feel like Meowth would be a good Pokemon to have on the team. So we're going to switch Jessie into the front slot. Doduo, Helen the Doduo will actually keep in the box once we get to a box. But as of right now, I believe that we will keep Jessie on the team for the time being. Ooh, an Alakazam. Alright, we're going to switch into Phil then. Should be able to take it out pretty easily. Switch back into Jessie. Ooh, that's actually tricky. Let's go back into Mr. Owl, who has some more XP and shouldn't get killed by a Gloom. Interesting. Let's go back into Phil. Should be able to take that out pretty easily. Alright. Successful battles and no deaths as of yet. A Smoochum. Okay. We are in the next city, Violet City. And we are going to go to the Pokemon Center. And now we're going to put Helen the Doduo into the box. No shame to you, Helen, but seeing as we already have a flying type, I didn't feel the need to keep a second one on the team. So, next we're going to enter the Sprout Tower, which is northward, which is actually right here. I'm at the top of the tower. Actually, we might actually get an encounter within this, I feel. Maybe not. It might just be trainer battles. But I do feel like we get some encounters in here. Okay. So, Tentacruel has fainted. Let's switch back into Jessie. Want to get some more XP for Jessie. Good XP for Mr. Owl and Jessie, which is really good. Can't complain about that. I'm actually very happy to be fast-forwarding through this because in Emerald it did take a decent bit of time, and I wanted to make sure that it wasn't that people found skipping through this enjoyable. And after researching, I found out that a lot of PokeTubers did end up actually skipping through several parts of Pokemon games. So I was like, you know, maybe that's something I can do. I figured it would probably be a lot easier, not just on myself, but on my viewers, to be able to get through this content a little bit faster. So I was pretty happy about that. I was pretty happy to get to that decision. We are breezing through Sprout Tower. We're actually breezing through this randomizer pretty well as it is. Wait, Poliwrath. Let's go into Mr. Owl. Let's do a Lantern versus Lantern. Alright. Alright, we'll get a few more trainers. Got an HP up. Let's use that HP up on somebody. Who would benefit from that? I would say Phil would definitely benefit from some defense and some HP. So I feel like having it as a more of a tanky Pokemon would be pretty good. Okay, this should be pretty easy to kill. Pinsir, I'm not going to face with Jessie. I don't think that's a smart move. Almost got killed by that Pinsir. A Crobat. What to do here? Yeah, probably better to use a potion. Alright, we are slowly dwindling this Crobat down, but we are going to kill it. Just like I thought. So our rival just stole, I believe it was cut from the Guru here, whatever this is. Jake, why gotta be so mean? Oh, geez. He has a Pokemon battle with us. I actually forgot about that part. Ooh. Bad thing to forget this, huh? Thankfully, we got the critical hit. That might actually have saved us through that battle there. Okay, we're going to real quick use that potion here. Ooh. Just gotta stop using, Oh, I meant to use that on Phil, not on Mr. Owl. Alright, that's okay. Oh, nice critical hit by Mr. Owl. And we will finish off the Blossom with Mr. Owl, too. Go, Mr. Owl, even though you're a girl. Female. Joey, I don't have time for your phone calls. A level ball. That's good. I forgot that that is also randomized. Normally, you're supposed to get an escape rope so you can leave the area here faster. But seeing as it's randomized, we will take that. We also got a repel from there that I did not think to grab earlier. So yeah, we're just gonna. Oh, we get a wild Pichu for our encounter within Sprout Tower. That's what I thought. We do get one within Sprout Tower. Try the Pokeball here. Ooh, yikes. Real quick, let's use a berry just to get some of my XP up, and then we'll try to throw a Pokeball once again. Alright, we caught the Pichu. Now, the thing that's tricky with Pichu is that you need to increase your friendship with it to evolve, which means you can't have it die. Obviously, of course, we can't let it die anyway, but ever so surely now, you can't die because it is very weak. So we have a Pichu here. I'm actually very excited about that. It actually has an icon that looks exactly almost like Pikachu, and it is a male. So what is a good name? And we're going to do another reference to the Pokemon anime with the name for Sparky. Sparky is the nickname for a Pokemon trainer in the original anime. His name is Richie, and he nicknamed his Pikachu Sparky. So we actually have what could eventually be a Pikachu on our team, and that is something that I did not get in my Emerald randomizer, which is pretty exciting. So I'm going to go to Pokemon Center and heal up. And we're going to review our team here. So we have Jesse the Meowth, we have Phil the Lantern, Mr. Owl the Noctowl, and Sparky the Pichu. So real quick, we're going to switch to put Sparky in the front. We want to increase Sparky's friendship with us so it can evolve into a Pikachu. Click save, and then we're going to go face the gym leader. And after the gym leader, we will be cutting this episode. So let's see what we can do with these trainers here. Actually, after this battle, I should go invest in some more potions. Ooh, Azumarill to start. Ooh, and right away, we see the Azumarill is doing lots of massive damage to us. So I will instead now switch into Phil. Let's use the Thunder Wave to paralyze it, and then we'll confuse it, just to make sure we can actually dwindle it down, because it does have a high defense. Still seems that my Confuse Ray is not, or my Supersonic is not affecting the Azumarill, so we're just going to take it out as fast as we can. Seemed everyone gained some XP there. Okay. Alright, now let us real quick go to the Pokemon Center. Now we got to find the Pokemart, which I believe is up here somewhere. Yes, it is. We'll just invest in, you know what, actually we might not even need that many. I'd rather buy more Pokeballs since we're going to be encountering more Pokemon. Oh, we don't have that much money. It doesn't cap us at our limit. It just lets us keep selecting as much as the game would let us, but we do not have that much money to begin with, so. Alright, so we had an EV against us this time around. So I'm going to switch into Phil. Okay, let's switch back into Sparky. Just to get the XP. Let's see what I can do with Thundershock, actually. Ooh, did a decent bit of damage. And Sparky was able to take that out by himself. So I'm going to heal real quick. I said I would only use it during the trainer battles and wild Pokemon battles, but I ended up using this fast forward just to speed through the entirety of this. Makes it a whole lot easier. So we are up against Birdkeeper Toby, who... I'm sorry, Birdkeeper Toby. That's a reference to another YouTuber. In any case, this is Faulkner, who is a Flying-type gym leader. I believe his name is also Randomizer. No, randomized. Okay, it's still Leader Faulkner. I did not set that as a randomized name. So we're going to switch into Jesse to take out this Golduck, just to get some more XP. Let's keep using Scratch to dwindle it down. We've got Sparky to level up. We are up against an Aerodactyl, which means Phil is going to be perfect for this, seeing as he has Bubble, and which can take out a Rock type pretty fast. Awesome. And with that, we have our first badge. Did he just tell us we got extreme speed in that TM? Yes, that is interesting. That is not an actual TM either, which is pretty funny. But of course, we cannot use TMs within our within our Randomizer Nuzlocke, unfortunately. But that aid will give us the Pokemon Egg, which can be which is random, so we don't know what is going to hatch from this. Let's see what it says. Wonder what's inside. It needs more time though. So, okay, just to review what we caught this first episode, we caught Sparky the Pichu. We caught Phil the Lantern, who was our starter Pokemon. We caught Mr. Owl the Noctowl, who was actually a girl, but don't let genders deceive you. At least don't assume. And we have Jessie the Meowth. So, and we have an egg, I'm sorry. So, with that, that's going to end our first episode for the Pokemon Crystal Randomizer Nuzlocke. Again, thank you everybody for being patient with me as we've been really been testing out the waters here as far as the these games and Let's Plays are concerned. These things are... I'm constantly changing my methods and my approaches to how I'm doing these. That way I can really find more people to join the audience here and become more discoverable. So again, thank you everybody who stays faithful from the beginning, and of course people who are faithful from here on and forward. And again, thank you guys so very much again, and see you next time. And as always, happy gaming.